He had just gotten off his tractor.
Oh my
Because he was coming up the house to get a pop, and like 2 seconds later, that tree.
From
fell.
wind?
Yeah, it was real windy that day.
Oh my word. Oh my gosh.
He didn't get hurt, but it bent the steering wheel on his tractor.
Oh my word. That's terrible.
It's.
Oh my.
We have a line of maple trees between the house and the barn, and that tree had got damaged in August, part of it. But there's still a half a tree standing even after that.
Wow. And he was
those
He
branches
just
would have
got
hurt.
just
Wow.
seconds before.
Those branches would have hurt.
Yeah, he said they kind of, why are leaves and limbs falling out?
Right.
It
Yeah.
happens so fast. And you're down there, and I could have laid here dead and nobody would have found me. I said,
Oh,
somebody would have found me.
no, they would have found you, but it might not have been.
Might not have been
Soon
gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so. Every time I hurt myself, he has to hurt himself.
Right.
just
Oh.
one up ya, huh?
Would you two quit having a contest?
Yeah, I know.
My goodness, it's getting pretty bad here, Trace. Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh, my poor aunt, she was just devastated.
Oh, I bet.
Oh my gosh, I forgot that was even there. So my
Yeah.
brother-
Well, I'm glad she didn't go out and walk on that at some point. That had killed her.
It would have.
Yeah.
Killed her.
Oh my gosh.
Because she didn't have strength to hold herself up, and she would
No,
have went right down.
right. Morning.
About the voting election. We volunteered to help with the election.
Yeah, I sent you a lengthy email. I'll print it out for you. Whatever email address you gave me, that's what I used.
When did you send it?
Oh gosh, about a week ago?
Yeah, I got the one from you yesterday, but I could get one before that. Kind of, that was kind of weird. I hadn't heard that.
And how are you this morning?
Good.
Good.
Did you see my response to your Facebook post? That'd be interesting information.
Yes, and I'm still,
And I knew that, but I wasn't expecting that.
Right.
I'd be interested in knowing everything that's going on.
yep, that, I'm still getting details sorted out, like, the year of certain things and specifics.
I mean, I know this has gotta go back more than just. I mean, I.
Oh, yeah, oh, yeah.
Here it is with the attachment to it. Our training date is on this day.
Okay.
So
So tomorrow doesn't have anything to do with.
Oh, no, that's preliminary. That's, oh, yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
I
it
have to
wasn't-
use certified inspectors for that. Yeah, no, it isn't. So anyways, I sent it to Karen at greatlakeswell.net on June 14th.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, I had a mini heart attack about that yesterday
What's
at
that?
at the coffee shop. I was like, oh God, we're in June. I gotta do quarterlies.
Yeah, no, in
And then
July.
and then I did something and did the date and went, oh, no, 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 we're still in June. That's
Yeah,
July.
right.
That's
Yeah.
July.
Yeah. Yeah,
You don't want to mess with the
no,
federal government.
no, exactly. I know I had those, I get those dates plastered on my calendar.
Yes. And I looked on my July calendar and went, oh, yeah, see, I've got it listed
Yeah.
here already.
A month after the end of the quarter.
And I do for the coffee
Did
shop
you
because
close
they
that?
have,
Did you want
I
that
did.
closed? Okay.
otherwise it's way too bright on
Oh,
whoever's
okay.
sitting there.
Oh, okay, yeah. All that great sunshine out there.
Yes. It's like my house is all closed up today with the curtains. and
Mine too.
everything.
Yeah, mine too. With the air on.
Yeah, I don't usually do that, but I did.
Yeah. I have mine set on 72, so it has to get to 73 before it will kick on, you know.
I have
I
mine
don't
set
like
at
it too cold.
77.
Yours is on 77,
Yeah.
yeah.
78 is really my.
You're a
current,
heat
but
lover though, Lois.
Yes.
Yeah. And there's probably not gonna be a quorum, but I think we need to wait until 9:15 to see if there's going to be a quorum or not. Like I say, I don't see where the meeting was canceled on 6:15, so.
No, when I went back through the minutes to look and see,
You went back to the recording?
I did not go to the recording.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they postponed.
That's why I was kind of confused because everything was kind of moved up last Wednesday. So I was thinking it was going on today.
Well, it was noticed. It was set on June 14th.
But I thought the other numbers mentioned that there would be no meeting.
Well,
today.
there's only
It'd be resolved.
one legal way you can cancel a meeting, and that is you have to make a motion and vote
Even
on
though it was
it
a special
to
meeting?
cancel it.
Even though it was a
Any
special
meeting, doesn't matter what kind of meeting it is. Can be planning commission, special, regular, township board, it
So is
doesn't
there-
matter.
Is there a zoning meeting on Thursday this week?
It's my understanding there are no matters to be heard.
So it's.
And I-
yes, then.
No, it's not canceled. I have changed, so you don't have a copy of the book, Authorities and Responsibilities of Township Boards, but there's a procedure in there to cancel a meeting. And so what I've posted on the website is exactly, and I've changed the notice, the regular meeting notice as well. It shows the meeting and then it says in parentheses, if there are matters to be heard.
So people call you.
So people have to check. They can check with Bob,
For you just to put cancel that.
but that's illegal for me to do. That's what I'm telling you. It's illegal for me to cancel a meeting. The ZBA would have to cancel their own meeting. I can't cancel the ZBA's meeting.
Canceled it 2 months ago.
We did, but
You did. Or did not?
I would have put canceled. I would have put it on there at his direction.
I guess I'm.
But now, Karen, let me just finish, okay? So you can learn from the process here. I went back and rechecked the statute, the little red book, as we call it, and it's very clear how meetings have to be canceled.
So how, is there a way for me to get a copy of that book?
I can make a copy of the page if you want.
I just, as a citizen, I'm not trying to cause issues.
I can tell you that if there is a meeting for the zoning board of appeals, it has to be prepped way in advance because of the notification in the paper and everything that has to be done.
But can you
And
understand-
that is always an agenda and a packet. There's always an agenda and a packet on the zoning board of appeals section, if there's going to be a meeting.
Okay,
And
there's a
Karen,
meeting-
you
there's a
might-
Meeting today and there's no agenda. So, yeah, do you see that?
The agenda is finish the rest of this business meeting on the 21st of June at 9 a.m. That's a quote from the motion that was made on June 14th. That is the agenda.
But it was finished on Wednesday of last week.
But, well, I know, I don't believe so. According to Lois, weren't some things put over
There was
to
a few
another
things that
day?
were Projected to go to the next meeting in July.
Okay, but in the meantime, this meeting was not properly canceled. And all I'm telling you, while it seems like it might be very simple to you, that we would just go on the website and cancel meetings, that is not the law. So we have to go by the law. This is government.
Don't
And
talk
we have
me
to go.
like I'm- Don't
Well,
talk to me like I'm too.
no.
I'm just trying to understand.
Yeah, no, I'm not
Services-
trying to offend you.
But you do,
Karen,
do.
Well, I'm not trying
Just
to
like
offend you.
when
Well, then I
Connie-
apologize.
Can I speak?
Sure.
Just like when Connie made the comment, you know, at the end, not Connie, but at the end of the meeting on Tuesday. She made the comment that she'd like to see people's faces. You made a face at her.
I looked at her, Karen, excuse me.
But is
I
that
looked
being
at her,
respectful?
I looked at her repeatedly during what she said. I looked at her several times, and on none of those occasions was she actually even looking at me. So we just, our eyes didn't connect. It's,
But
are
to
you
make a
accusing me
face-
that I never looked at her?
No, I'm making the comment that you made a face because she was.
Because she lied. She did lie. I had looked at her. We can go back, you can go back and get the Zoom audio and look at it. I had looked at her. Okay, so just because she didn't see me look at her while she was up there, doesn't mean I didn't look at her. Okay,
But do you see, it's kind of being a little petty.
and I think it's being petty of Vicky Beam to accuse any of our board members of not looking at her. We might be taking notes on our computers of what she's saying. We might be doing, we're listening, okay? I'm listening. I listen to every word that everyone says, and with no opportunity to respond. I would love to rebut much of the misinformation that is being put out.
That's why
By
I
people.
tell Holly.
Yeah.
You made that comment.
There's a
Well, you
lot
have
of
no idea.
misinformation.
You have no idea what I want to talk about. There's so much to talk about. Because there's there's a lot of disinformation. There's a lot of disconnected information.
There's a lot of misinformation coming right from that podium by people who are not up on the procedures that are followed in township government,
As far as,
many of them.
can you give an example?
No, I can't, not right at this moment. I'd have to go back and re-listen to something, but I've heard a lot of misinformation. Okay, and how that misinformation could be corrected is someone could call my office or another board member and inquire about why was this done this way. It's not where we can't respond at a meeting. So people need to call us during our business hours if they want a response to why something hasn't been done. If you in our training through Michigan Townships Association, that I've been to a lot of it through the last 10 years. And there is the Michigan Townships Association attorney will repeatedly tell seasoned board members and new board members, these board meetings are the only time of the month that we can get our business done. We can't transact business outside of these meetings.
Correct.
So at these meetings is not the time for the public to have conversations with board members. You guys have all the other time in the world. I post my hours. I'm here during my hours with rare exception. If I have a meeting to go to or something like that, and I try to post that on the door when I'm going to be back. I'm here and available 9 to 5, Monday through Thursday, to answer your questions. So it's not productive for the public to come to these meetings and make accusations and statements and whatnot, when they haven't even bothered to come and educate themselves about, ask someone, why did you do this way? Why is this done this way? I'd be happy to explain it to anybody, but I can't do that at a meeting.
So would it be possible to maybe have a unstructured town hall meeting where those questions can be answered rather than spending time at the podium? Before and
Well,
after the meeting?
a town hall meeting, and I guess I mentioned this,
Can I say something? Maybe town hall meeting is the wrong terminology. I guess a meeting where we can talk to all the board members and get things figured out. To me, to call you and talk to you
Mhm.
may be productive in one way,
Mhm.
but it may be different than what the rest of the board.
well, okay,
You know what I
and
mean?
so, the board cannot meet. 3 is a quorum. So a quorum of the board cannot meet unless the meeting is properly posted, properly posted with an agenda to conform to the Open Meetings Act. So we can't just all sit down and have a chit chat with all of you and make any decisions about anything.
But I guess
So-
I'm not even looking for decisions. I'm looking for, I just feel like there's so much.
And so I'm all for having a town hall meeting, but I'm not going to be voting for having a town hall meeting that doesn't have focus on what are the topics that are going to be covered. Because we do have to post in special meeting notices. A town hall would be a special meeting. We do have a category, agenda items for special meeting. So we have to have an agenda. We have to have focus,
Okay,
okay?
Clearwater, can I read this to you? Clearwater Township Town Hall. The supervisor of Clearwater Town Hall or Township will hold a public town hall meeting to review progress in dealing with community issues and to address resident concerns. This is not an official township meeting and no business will be conducted. This is primarily an opportunity for residents to present issue and ask questions, concerns. So how was that?
I don't know. That's Whitewater Township. I know Tom Backers. He's a very new supervisor. And hopefully he's following the OMA with that meeting.
So how do we, I'm not trying to be a thorn in anybody's side. I'm trying to
No, I know that.
educate myself, and I'm trying to understand how there is so much disconnect between the zoning, the planning commission, the township board, the residents, and it just needs to be some kind of connect, I think.
If you want a connection between the township board and the planning commission, there is supposed to be, it's mandatory that there be a township board representative on the planning
And I
commission.
understand Ardella was.
And one has not been appointed for almost,
Ardella was nominated.
Yeah.
Well,
Well-
from what I understand, there's conflict of interest there. So where does? the
Della has conflict of interest? Who told you that?
Because of the fact that she wants her property divided up into less than.
Well,
what's zoned.
but that's not a conflict of interest. Okay, as far as the township, as her being on the planning commission.
So how is,
Okay,
how is?
And that was dealt with at quite a few meetings ago, way before you were coming to township board meetings. Della she has stated that she opposes the 5-acre minimum lot rule. You'd have to know all the history of how that came into being. And there's a lot of history to that, which I'm not going to go into right now. But Della doesn't have any more conflict of interest than any other board member who might, we all own property in the township, right? We all live here. We're required to live here as part of, well, you can't be on the board unless you live here. So the planning commission ordinance says that there shall be a township board representative. So one has to be, and also I will tell you, I've been to a lot of MTA training, and all of the MTA training that I've been to, I've been to MTA training about appointments to boards and commissions and committees and stuff like that. You put the most experienced member of your board on the planning commission.
So why are we still halting this? Why are we not? Who should be pursuing that? There's somebody on the planning commission.
Ron Pop, that's his, Ron Pop's duty is to make appointments to the planning commission. He's the only
And then
one
the
who
rest
can
of
do
the
it.
board has to agree with
Then
who
we-
is appointed.
We vote on it. We vote on it.
So when Ardella was voted, I was not here, you're correct. Was that when the other trustee seat was empty?
Ron Pop in December of 2020, December 8th of 2020. Most of the time appointments should be made in December because terms are ending in December, okay? And so in December of 2020, Heidi was at her first meeting, her first township board meeting ever. I was here, Ron was here, Della was here, and Paul was here. We were all here.
As a citizen, or that was when she was voted?
This is at a board meeting,
Okay.
the December 8th, 2020 board meeting. So Ron brought a motion to appoint Heidi. I'm not going to put a brand new board member on the planning commission. Okay, you haven't gotten your feet wet as a board member yet before you go on to being on an additional board, commissioner, committee in the township. So that was voted down. Paul, Della, and I voted no on that. Ron and Heidi voted yes. Then I made a motion to appoint Della. That motion passed. However, it was an improper motion because Ron, we actually got a legal opinion on this afterwards. Ron is the only one who can bring an appointment to the planning commission per the planning enabling statute. So that motion was null and void. Della never served 1 minute on the planning commission. And so nothing illegal was done. And Ron has not brought another appointment to the planning commission of an ex officio member. That's what the township board representative position is technically called in the statute, the ex officio member. Ron has not brought another appointment of a township board representative to the planning commission since December 8th of 2020. And that's all in the minutes.
So that hasn't even been brought up since December 8th.
No, it hasn't.
So how do you think is the best way to get to where everybody's working together and not against each other?
Just seems to be so
Um,
much animosity, and it just, it's.
Well, I think, well, I'm not gonna go into that. I'm gonna decline to answer that. I think, just the people need to act professionally and, be watching out for the best interests of the township, and do understand that, we represent all the people in the township. So we may have a small number that show up from time to time, but we still represent all of the township. Hi, come on in. Just want to drop off your absent voter app? Okay, let me just take a quick look at that. Thank you so much.
Well, we did hit the 9:15 mark.
So I'm just making a note that there's no quorum present.
Not just sitting here.